Hey guys, this is Aisha from adaycreatives.com, and I am going to share today a small card that I made using paper scraps. This is a great little technique. It allows you to use the paper all the way down to pretty much down to nothing. These paper scraps are from a recent Halloween layout that I did. And as you can see, I'm just using this hexagon punch and just punching out any areas on the scrap paper that has enough space for me to create the punch. I'm just going through each sheet and looking for good angles, and then I even switch it out. I have the largest punch and the smaller one, so I'm just using the smaller one as well to try to maximize the number of punches that I get out of it. Like I've mentioned before, I really do like this that paper set. It's from October Afternoon, and so I really just wanted to get the most out of it. And in general, I like to get the most out of projects. So now I'm just taking a simple piece of black scrap paper, folding it in half to make a card. And this card is not a standard card size. It's a little bit smaller, but it'll be good for a little note card or to attach to a gift, or attached to maybe like a little trick-or-treat sack or something like that. So now I'm just kind of piecing the papers in, kind of in a puzzle format, and sticking them in side by side and kind of making sure that I have the patterns evenly distributed around the paper. This little paper here, I really wanted to try to use the top of the pumpkin, but it ended up going on the back side and getting glued down, which is okay. So sometimes I try to just line up the pieces best as possible, and if there's a particular pattern or an image on one side, I'll try to use it if I can, but in some cases that doesn't work out. So I just kind of make it work wherever I can. And at this point, I'm just kind of still adding pieces, and I started in the middle and I just kept going. I wasn't sure if I wanted to just have a few of the paper pieces at the bottom or if I wanted to cover the whole front surface, so that's why I'm just using like little leftover corner pieces and filling in each of the spots. And the whole time I'm thinking, do I really continue up or do I want to stamp and mess a sentiment on top? But eventually I decided to just go ahead with the whole pattern and fill up the whole entire space with it. And the glue that I'm using is it's a 3M from 3M Scotch, and I really like it because it dries quickly, so you don't have to really waste a lot of time holding things down to let the glue set. The glue sets up almost instantly. And after I glue all the pieces down, I'm just turning the card over and cutting the excess off to have a nice clean edge. I'm just working on the center of the card here and adding a piece of orange cardstock, orange yellow cardstock to the center, and then that way when I go to write my message on the card, it'll have a little bit more stability and just a more finished look. So now on the front of the card, I wanted to create like an element with this twine, and so I got it into like the perfect bow, a tiny little bow. And once I got it perfectly into place, I looked at it and then I decided that it seemed a little bulky, and so I took it out and just decided to go with a regular tie. And that pretty much brings me to the end of the card. I didn't put a sentiment on the front because it is a smaller size and just a note card. And I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you like it, thumbs up and subscribe. And of course, I would love it if you went to visit my blog over at adaycreatives.com. Thanks.